Hey, it's Brian Mudd. This is my cheat sheet for Wednesday, August the 3rd. So here's the thing. Let me start with some good news. Looks like we're not going to be hit by a hurricane. Maybe financially, but not the storm Emily or anything. Alright, so here's the thing. Let me get this out of the way quick. You know that I've not been singing a pretty tune regarding the economy going forward. I've really been concerned because historically, when I've been studying where we are over the past month, all the information points to us re-entering a recession. I just have to be honest about that. The information we got yesterday did not help. Here's what we know. Consumer spending is 70% of the U.S. economy. The number we got yesterday for June, this is for June now, it's the latest information we have, showed that consumer spending was in fact down. That means that we know definitively that 70% of the U.S. economy was actually in decline in June. Obviously, July is going to be oh so important. We know the jobs number wasn't good in June. We saw unemployment rise there, right? Where you get the unemployment number on Friday and the jobs report for July, that will be a leading indication about what happened in July with the economy. I got to tell you, I'm not optimistic. It certainly didn't feel like a great month. If you're in business, you probably know that already, right? All right, so we'll stay tuned, but certainly just one more cog in the puzzle is why the bottom fell out of the stock market yesterday as well. Meanwhile, if you are going to be spending money, maybe you're spending it in the wrong direction with your coffee. Consumer Reports has some ideas. A couple of products I ordinarily wouldn't buy, perhaps should try. Best coffee, according to Consumer Reports, for 2011. It's the Colombian Coffee by Gloria Jeans and Newman's Own. Gloria Jeans and Newman's Own. And they say the Colombian is having an especially good year. So go ahead and check that out. They are both premium coffees. A pound is going to cost you probably in the neighborhood of $9 to $13, depending upon where you buy it from. Alright, so it was a mixed bag with the auto sales last month. Overall, sales were up just a tick above last year. But there were some real standout stories and some real standout disappointments. You had Chrysler that actually had its best month since 2007. And in fact, all of the American auto companies actually saw increased sales last month. You had GM and Ford posting decent gains, although maybe a little bit below forecast. VW had a big month. Hyundai, Kia continue to see sales increases. However, it was an awful month for Toyota and Honda. Now, some of that came from the Japanese earthquake and shortages, but both of them saw steep declines year over year of greater than 20%. We know that Honda had the problem with the Civic, according to Consumer Reports. So the news continues to be bad for the Japanese companies. Some really good news for the American companies. Before I leave that subject, here's the thing. You know, I've said that I admire the effort of trying to get to alternative sources of energy, and the Volt and the Leaf are an effort in that direction. However, I wouldn't buy either one. Here's one more reason. We're not buying them. And if we're not buying them, you're not going to have service stations putting the infrastructure in place. The Leaf did have its best month last month. They sold 931 of them. And that was a pretty good month for them. Only 125 Chevy Volts were sold. 125. I mean, that's pathetic. It's not going to catch on to the point to where service stations are going to put the infrastructure in place. So even if you want the car, you're not likely to be able to use it anywhere other than home to charge. And that's going to be a problem. All right, so the credit. The United States credit. All three credit rating agencies have us on negative watch. Here's the problem, though. One of the Chinese companies actually downgraded us. And while that might not matter to us Americans because we only care what our own credit rating agencies say, it might to China. Where that's a problem? Well, you know that China is the single biggest holder of U.S. debt. And we have to continue to issue debt. So if the Chinese credit rating agency says our debt isn't as good, that means we have to pay higher interest, which only makes our current problems even worse. Stay tuned about that. Deals are everywhere. Google bought a company yesterday to start its own daily deals. Amazon, which has been using Living Social to offer daily deals in 14 different cities, is saying that they're starting their own. Here's the thing. Before you buy anything at full price, look for a daily deal. You'll probably find it somewhere. Also, Facebook. They bought an ebook company yesterday. Could that be their next move into e-reading? Looks like it could be. In do-it-yourself healthcare, this is an interesting thing. Intel, along with Hewlett-Packard, are leading the way. Intel is going to be opening up 2 healthcare clinics this fall to help their employees to get off of the healthcare system. They're going to have their own doctors and medical staff. Could be a trend with larger companies in the futures. And last but not least, government checks. There's a lot of talk and conversation surrounding Social Security, military checks going out. Every check did go out on time yesterday, is going out on time today, so there is no disruption in the system there. That is the cheat sheet for today. See you tomorrow.